list. Its name represents its meaning, right? We are creating adjacency list. That means earlier for every vertex we were creating a matrix, but here for every vertex, right? Suppose I have some A, B, C, D, right? I will create a list, right? I will create a list. That means what are the edges present from A, right? So I will just try to create a list. Suppose now my graph is like this: A, B, C, D, and A is connected to B, A is connected to D. So that's why I will make this list: A is connected to B and A is connected to D, right? And you can grow this. So whenever A is connected to B, right? So then B, you can say that B is connected to A, and whenever A is connected to D, so you can say that D is connected to A, because this is an undirected graph, right? Right? We need to do for all edges, but this is the example, right? So how, suppose I have only this much, okay, A, B, okay, this much only. Suppose, let me say this is the isolated vertex, C is not connected to it. So this is my going to be list, right? So what does this list represents? So A is connected to B and D, right? Right. So this is very important, right? Don't say that B is connected to D, right? Don't say that. That means who all are adjacents of A? The adjacents of A is B and D. There is no connection between B and A. Only connection is that they are adjacent to A. It does not mean that B and D are connected, right? So that is very important thing. You can see there is no edge from B to A, D, right? So if you look into this, there is no edge, right? From B to E, there is no edge, right? So there is no edge. So that's why don't think that there is a edge from B to D. This is the vertex set, vertex A, B, C, D, and this is its corresponding list. So this list represents, so who all are adjacent, right? So who all are adjacent to A, right? So who all are adjacent to A? Who all are adjacent to B? Who all are adjacent to C? No one is adjacent. If you look into this, no one D, right? So that is the adjacency list. Let's write down the definition first, then we'll go for a little bigger example so that you will understand. And as usual, we'll go for all the other concepts, like we'll understand the time complexity, advantages and disadvantages. So definition, let's write it down. So definition, right? So what is the definition? Definition says an adjacency list is a collection of unordered list, right? Right? Each list describe a set of neighbors of the vertex, right? So you can write down a adjacency list. Maybe an adjacency list is a unordered, right? So is a collection of unordered list, is a collection of unordered list, right? Collection of unordered list used to represent finite graph, right? Obviously it is used to represent, right? So each list, right? Each list describes, right? What does this each list represents? Describe the sets of neighbors to the vertex, right? Describes the describes the set, right? Set of neighbors, set of neighbors to that particular vertex, okay? To that particular vertex of a vertex. Okay, so that is the definition, right? So that is the definition. Okay, that is the definition. So let's take an example so that you will understand, right? So what does this mean? So let's take the same example. Suppose this is my A, B, C, D, right? And this is my ABCD. So what will be, again, how you will create? So it is just a collection of unordered list, right? So that's what it's saying. So A, B, C, D. So you'll take all the vertex like this, right? You can put like this. Okay. So A, so who else is connected? So A is connected to B and D, right? So I can write B and D, right? So this is one list. So B is connected to A and C. B is connected to A and C. And C is connected to B and D. C is connected to B and D. Then D is connected to A and C. D is connected to A and C. Okay. So this is the this is my this is my this is my these are on unordered list, right? So if you look into this, so they are not ordered, so they are unordered. So these are the list. This is list 1 L1, this is list L2, this is the list L3, this is L4. Okay, so each list describes a set of neighbors of the vertex. So what does this list represents? L1, L1 means BD, right? So if you look into the BD, so L1 contains what? List, right? BD. So BD represents it, that means B vertex and D vertex are neighbor of A. So if you look into the graph also, you can see B vertex and D vertex are neighbor of A. So that is what it represents, right? So this is what it represents, right? So this is known as adjacency list, right? For a undirected graph, right? So for a undirected graph. So if I'll ask you the same question, right? So maybe for directed, right? So if I'll ask the same question for a directed, I hope you will be able to do it quickly. A, B, C, D. Suppose same thing, but I put some direction like this, right? So if you'll carefully look into the undirected graph, right? If A is connected to B, B is connected to A. If A is connected to D, D must be connected to A, right? So if you look into this very carefully, but that will be not available in case of undirected graph. Sorry, directed graph, because directed means only one can be connected. So let's draw it for so that you will get clarity. A, B, C, D, right? So if I draw it, so A is connected to whom? If you look into this, A is connected to only D. This is very important. And if A is connected to D, that does not mean D is connected to A, right? That does not mean, right? So I cannot directly blindly put it, right? So this I cannot put, right? Because if you look in this, D is not connected to A. So that's why I cannot put it, right? I need to check for D. So for B, B is connected to A, B is connected to C. So I can put B is connected to A and also connected to C. So this represents a neighbor. B has a neighbor A and C. How about C? C is connected to D. C is connected to D, right? So how about D? So D is not connected. So D is not connected to anyone, right? So that is the difference between the this is undirected graph, right? Undirected graph, right? And this is its corresponding list, right? So adjacency list. This is the directed graph. DG means directed graph. I'm just putting shortcut. So directed graph and its corresponding list, right? So that is how this particular adjacency list work for both directed and undirected, right? So now the question is if somebody wants to put weight, right? Like we discussed in the like adjacency matrix. So if somebody wants to put 10, right? Right. So suppose somebody want to put 10, then this list needs to be modified. Okay. So this list needs to be modified, right? So suppose A is connected to D, right? So that means so this is adjacent, right? So A is suppose let me do this for this 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, suppose A is connected to B. A is connected to B, but this time it is just a simple connection. But this time no, B is connected. That we can get it from here, but we need an additional information. What is that? That is the weight. So how much? That is 20. So that means I must create my linked list in such a manner that it will have some data part, right? 20, right? So that's how it will work. So D means D is containing 10. So that's why I'll put it 10 here. Okay. So then B is going for A. So B is going for A. B is going for A with how much? 20, right? So then it is 20. B is going for C. B is going for C, which is 40. That means every node will have two parts now, right? One is data or the node, and one is the weight of that particular node from the original node, right? So B to A is 20, B to C is 40, right? Same way you can go for it. So this is going to be C to B, right? C to B is going to be 40. This is 40. C to D is going to be 30, right? So that's how we can modify. So this is for this is for undirected weighted graph, right? So same way we can do, right? So if I add weights to here, so you can same way you can change, right? So B to C, suppose you added, so B to C you need to add here as 10, right? Suppose this is 10, and for others also you need to add. So again you can do the same thing, right? So this is the basic idea of the adjacency list. So how can you apply with the undirected graph, directed graph, and then undirected weighted graph, and then undirected undirected weighted graph, right? Directed weighted graph also. Okay, so this is the basic idea about this, right? So let's go for the advantages, right? So what is the advantages? So right, so if we look into this very carefully, right? So if you look into very carefully, right? So if you'll make a heading like advantages, right? So advantages. So if you look into very carefully, so like in case of adjacency matrix, we were requiring v cross v, right? That means if there are four vertex, then we need to create a matrix of size 4 cross 4, right? But here there is no such case, right? You need to create how many? So this is going to be size vertex because this is what you need. And what is the size of this? This is the number of edges. So that's why the space complexity is going to be, right? Space complexity is going to be order of v plus e, right? Earlier, so if you remember, so it is going to be, earlier it was like order of v square, but this time it is going to be order of v plus e. Okay, so adding an edge, right? So this is first advantage. Second one is adding an edge, right? Adding an edge, right? Adding an edge, right? So adding an edge here also, if you are trying to add an edge, then it is going to take also order of one time, right? Let's see how. Suppose this is my thing. Suppose I am adding an edge a to c, right? So if you are adding an edge a to c, right? So what you need to do a to c, what you need to do, you need to just append one node here, right? One node here in the a, right? So suppose c is there, c is here, or maybe here, and then again at c you will add at a, right? So this is again a constant time, right? So directly you are, this is a linked list, inserting and into the linked list is going to take order of one time, right? So that's why you are inserting it here, right? You'll just insert it here, you'll just insert it here, that's all you need to do, right? So that's why adding an edge is going to take order of one. And that was also same, right? So if you remember, for matrix also that was same. But the very important point is, so if I am adding an vertex, adding an vertex, adding one vertex, right? So if you'll think about it for a while, so how much time complexity is going to take if you're planning to add one vertex, right? So earlier, if you remember, it is going to take order of b cross v. Suppose I am adding an vertex, suppose I am adding this particular f vertex, right, to this particular thing, right? So what exactly work you need to do? Suppose you are adding a vertex, suppose that means you just need to create the f here, right? And if you are adding an edge, then again you need to create one more edge, right? So directly you can just create it, right? So there is no extra work you are doing. You don't need to update, right? So you don't need to you don't need to go ahead and check for others, right? So you don't need to. And so here if you are adding an edge, so then definitely it is going to add it here, right? Ef, right? And you are going to update it here, right? So that means you are just doing two updates, right? So that means it's going to take a constant time, right? That depends upon the number of edges, right? So adding an vertex, right? So adding an vertex, so it is going to take order of one, right? So if you are simply adding an vertex, so if you are not having any edge also, so that is going to take order of one. But in case of matrix, if you remember, if you are adding an vertex, definitely your size was 4 cross 4, right? So if you remember, but if you are adding one vertex, whether edge exists or does not exist, that is immaterial. You need to create a matrix of 5 cross 5 immediately, right? So that's what you need to do. So these are the some advantages of this particular incident matrix list. Sorry, adjacency list, right? But still there is some disadvantages also. Like, so if we query, right? So if I'll ask one question, right? So if there exists an edge from vertex u to v, right? In case of adjacency matrix, right? So in case of adjacency matrix, it was order of one, right? But here, if I'll ask one question, right? So if I'll ask one question, whether there exists an edge, so there exists an edge from vertex u to v, right? So u to v, right? So whether there exists an edge, question mark, right? If I'll ask this, so then what you need to do? So you need to go to the u vertex. Suppose I'll ask you maybe from this graph, suppose whether there exists an edge from a to c, right? Suppose I'm asking, because you don't have graph, now you have the list. So you will go to the a vertex, you will see whether c exists, c exists, c exists, c exists. You will find that no. Let me erase this. So C exists, no. C exists, no. That means you need to scan all the vertex list, right? Suppose A is connected to all the vertex, right? Suppose A is connected to all the vertex. That means in the worst case, you need to scan all the vertex in order to find whether there exists an edge, there exists an edge from U to V. If that is the question, then answer is you need to go to this U vertex. U means any vertex, and you need to see whether U is connected to V. That means you need to scan all. In the worst case, if it is not connected, you need to scan whole list. That means whole vertex. This can be size of the vertex. How many number of vertex are there? That many number of list can be, this size can be, right? So that's why the size can go up to order of V. So, but in case of, if you remember matrix, you don't need to do that. You will simply go to that particular row column, right? And see whether it contains 0 or 1. If it contains 0, then it is noise. If it contains 1, then it is 1. So that's why this is one of the drawback, right? So this is one of the disadvantages, right? So this is the disadvantages, right? So this is the number one. So second, there is one more disadvantage, right? So so if I'll ask you the same question, right? So if I want to remove an edge, right? So remove second disadvantage, right? So remove edge is going to again take order of B. If I want to remove, oh sorry, order of E. If I trying to remove an edge, right? So suppose this is my thing. Suppose I will remove this AB, right? Suppose I'll remove this AB, right? So what all I need to do, right? So what all I need to do, right? So I need to first of all remove AB, right? Suppose I am removing this. So I need to traverse this A, right? And I need to find out what all edges are there, right? And I need to scan all the edges. So whichever is, suppose this is B found, then you need to remove it. Again, you need to go for B. Again, you need to find it and remove it, right? So that's why it will try to search for all the edges. So that's why it will remove. If it find that edge, then it will remove. So that's why it is going to take order of E. Okay. So if you want to remove a vertex, right? So this is very crucial. Okay. Third one is remove vertex, right? So if you are removing a vertex, suppose you want to remove A itself. So whenever you are removing a vertex, that means removal of a vertex means what in a graph? Removal of vertex means you need to remove this vertex along with all the edges associated with it, right? That is what the removal of a vertex. So whenever you are removing a vertex, you need to remove that vertex and all the edges associated with it. So whenever you are removing A, suppose, so you need to remove all these completely, right? Okay. And again, you need to see who all are means who, where there exists an edge, right? So here there exists an edge, here there exists an edge. So you need to remove all these entries also. That means you need to scan everything, right? And first of all, you will delete this one and you need to scan where there exists an edge, right? So that means that's why it is going to be V plus E. So which is the space complexity, right? So that means you need to scan everything, right? Okay, so I'll just pause here. So I'll just give a quick recap. So adjacency list means what? It is a list first of all. That means who is the adjacent to which one, right? So that's what it will say. So if any given graph is there, so how can we represent? We can take all the vertex in this, right? Like this, and we'll create a list. Create a list of what? The list who or the nodes which are adjacency, right? Suppose A is connected to D and B, then B and D are going to be adjacency. That means it is going to form a list of the adjacency. Okay, so that's why it is known as adjacency list. So similarly, we can find who all are adjacent and we can keep adding. Who all are adjacent to C and keep adding, right? So that is what. So that's why the how much the space complexity is going to be. It is the V and it is just contain number of edges, right? So if you count, so these are not nothing but A is connected to B, A is connected to D. That means it is edge. So this is going to be 2E, but anyway, so that's why it is going to be V plus 2E, which is going to be V plus E. So that's why if you look into this, so this is the space complexity is V plus E. Anyway, so that is one thing. And second thing is that we have discussed, so how can we represent it for undirected graph? Undirected graph. So basic undirected graph, you don't need this weight. You can directly put it. If you need a weighted undirected graph, then you can put this weight in this linked list, right? So then it is going to be weighted, right? So same way as it is going for undirected graph, sorry, directed graph, and you can put also directed weighted graph. So now advantages, coming to advantages, in case of previously it was V cross V, right? Every time the space complexity, but here V plus E, right? We can see this. So adding an edge is going to take order of 1. Adding an vertex is going to take order of 1, right? So this is very important because adding an vertex was order of n square, right? Because if you take any if you just add, right, 4 cross 4, if you add one vertex, it becomes 5 cross 5. So that's why, so that was large number of time complexity anyway. So coming to disadvantages, so if you are adding an edge u to v, the number of operation is going to be order of v, right? Because you need to travel, you need to add it, right? So if you are adding one edge, right, so then you need to see that, okay, so a to d c, you need to go to a and put it c, right, or c to again a, right? So that is what you need to do. And again, removal of edge is going to take order of e, and removal of vertex is going to take order of v plus e. Removal of vertex means, like I told, remove a vertex and are associated edges. So you'll remove this line if you are removing a, and you need to find where a exists, and there also you will delete. So that means you will scan the whole thing. That means you will scan the v plus e. So that is the all about the adjacency list.